It's reassuring to hear news that conversations between Rishi Sunak and President Macron suggest that there is a resolution, or at least progress, in talks about migration across the English Channel. But in fact, this was all discussed a year ago, or more than a year ago, by the French Interior Minister, Gerald Darmanin, and he suggested that migrants should be processed in France. And that idea was not taken up by our then Home Office Secretary, that's Priti Patel. She wanted it all done over here, which means people had to cross the Channel in order to appeal for asylum. The only solution to preventing people from crossing the Channel is to process them exclusively in France. That would be a starting point. The other point would be to process the backlog of applications that we've got in the UK, and thirdly, to be more positive about the structures across Europe and further afield, so that the desire for illegal migration disappears. We need to be able to find ways to offer speedy visas to people who want them. At the moment, it can take up to 2 years to get a quite simple visa to come here. And visas for short-term work, those are something we need. We need people to come and work in our farms. We need people to come and do temporary jobs here, seasonal jobs particularly. This used to exist. This was abolished early in the 2000s, unnecessarily. It destroyed so much of our farming community. We can restore this. It should be a priority. And that way, actually that would solve a lot of the problem with so much of the illegal migration, or so-called illegal migration. It would solve it in one fell swoop. And more than that, we would then have income from taxes, which would help us to get back on our feet and move forward. This obsession with an immigration problem which is fueled by xenophobia needs to go. We need to respond more positively and more proactively. And that means talking to France, and that means talking to other countries across Europe and beyond. And it means doing deals and making our bureaucracy work. So a lot of this is not other people's problems. A lot of this is our problem. It's been brought on us by ourselves, and specifically by Priti Patel. Yeah, let's pass the buck a bit. Priti Patel, and then her current reincarnation as Braverman.